good day, tubes. How's she going? Sorry for the light over here. You can't really see too well, but anyway, she's bright. So anyways, we're just gonna power up this circuit here. Just want to show you how I brought her in. So she's going into the box there, of course, into the metal Dewey guy, and then we got into the box here, and we're bonded onto the whites with everybody else. There's a bonding there, and there's a bonding up there. That one's kind of far away, so I went to this one here. And then of course our red and our whites into each side of the Dewey guy there. So don't touch these things. Very bad, very bad. You'll find out fast that you don't like that. Anyway, so that's our 50 amp circuit breaker, and these are Eaton style, whatever, I don't know, they circuit break, whatever, Eaton style. Sorry that's so dark in here. Maybe I can, hang on a sec, bring a little more light there. There we go. So there's the Eaton style, so the two 3 gauge wires, or 6 gauge wires, whatever they are. Big fellers going in there, and of course out to the far side of the house there. So we're going to put the panel back on here, and just before we fire it up, just in case there's a problem with spark or something that doesn't spark out onto your junk in your basement and light your house on fire, it'll stay inside, right? So you might want to make sure whenever you do a new circuit, you don't start her up until you put that panel on the outside. So give me a second, I'll do that. I need all hands on deck for that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws I got to put back in here too. So I'll do that, and we'll flip her on and see if we get any noise or electrical sparks or anything. Let's see. All right, should be good. I think everything's good that's on there. I have to label that too. So here we go. Shouldn't be anything, hopefully, but well, I don't hear any buzzing or any sparking or anything like that, so that's good. Okay, let's head right to the shed and see what's going on out there. So the reasoning I put in that little knife switch thing there was the panel I've got in here already is oh, it's all dark in here. The panel I have in here is already a setup with all the breakers and stuff in it. So I didn't think there was a point really switching that or messing with the breakers and that. Just kind of keep it as is, because everything's all wired inside here from that panel. So I thought I'd just run a feeder, a fairly good feeder wire to that, and then one to the compressor. So that's why I put that other panel in. All right, so first initial, everything else I think is on this guy, and this is only got 15 amp circuits in it, so it's not a really huge panel, good for lights and, you know, electrical outlets, stuff like that. I didn't think it was really good running big power into there and then trying to run big power out either, right? So I mean, it's not a huge panel, it's kind of like a sub panel, but I thought it'd be better to run it from, you know, the big guy here. So anyways, you guys see me wire this guy up. It should be all good inside there. I did bond the gigantic white to the whites bonding that's coming out of here, so it goes through the cable and into there. I don't know, I guess I can open that. How does that open now? Okay, it's not gonna open. Okay, I can't see it. I think this little latch has to come down here, but don't remember now. Yeah, this little guy has to, there we go. Couldn't see it. Blindness is bad. Actually, I can see good still, but you know, like anything, when it gets dark, not so good. But anyways, here this one only flips up so far. So there isn't really a bonding screw in this thing. So we've got her bonded kind of like right there, sort of thing, and then the one from the compressor doesn't need to be bonded. I did a bit of research on that. Actually, when I looked inside, when I looked inside the compressor here, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, the white doesn't do anything. So it's just the 2 live wires, which still kind of baffles me how it works, but it's something to do with the one side and then the other side, and they alternate kind of thing back and forth, and it doesn't need white neutral. But anyways, so this has a little switch of its own here too. So we got auto and then off. That was super tight in there trying to get these wires, and I don't really like how I did this, but I don't really have another way. I'll just have to maybe armor that with something and keep it away from the belt here too, right? It's just the way this is set up. It's not ideal. I should have probably really come down and up through this hole, but the bending would have been nuts, because this has to come in here. If it wasn't so hard, I'd take this cover off, but this wire has to come in here and has to come up and then almost 90 onto the spade terminals, which go this way. It's really stupid. stupid, but anyways, it's on. Hopefully it works. It's all plugged in. I ran it right through the wall studs there too. You can see the little holes I drilled, ran it right through. That's what I should have done with everything else. I just stapled them on there, but you know, that can always be changed. It's more of a pain in the rear end now, but yeah, so to prevent any kind of sparking for this too, let's just close that, and I guess we'll turn her on here. It's just really dark in here at the moment because there's no juice flowing, so let's see, I'm getting my phone set up here. There we go. Okay, so rubber thing there. Oh, we're good. I don't have lights on, I guess the switch is turned off, but oh, this came on. My light charging, so that's good. Okay. So everything is ran off of that one wire now. We discontinued this one here. So I'm gonna have to, oh, you go down there. I'm gonna have to chop this out of here. It's also disconnected out of the place in the house that I brought it. But now, first of all, before we start up this big compressor, let's turn some lights on here. If you guys remember my little compressor, I want to see what happens here with that, because I was running this, everything was being run on a 15 amp circuit, way longer than it should have been. Let's see here if the lights turn on. It's really dark. Hey, they work. So that's good. But anyways, this compressor here was really hard to get restarted. It would start to go, right? If I run it on the gen there, of course it was fine, but this, I think, well, it's a 15 amp circuit. I think by the time we got it out here, it might have been 10, maybe. So it was really hard to get this guy to start. And we always plugged it into here. Let's see how well it starts up now. Not doesn't go brum, 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 brum. Here we go. This is about probably by the time we're out here, it's a 50 amp at the house. It's probably not dropping much. We're probably about 48 amp, I would say, by the time it gets out here. So maybe it's not even that bad. Here we go. Ready, set. Wow, that fired right up. No more of this. Finally going. Let's just go. Oh, maybe it doesn't like that. Hesitated a little bit there, but I think this thing might also be getting a little tired. So let's try it again here. I'll try it on this one maybe. Oh, maybe it's the compressor. Okay. Yeah, the way that's like right away, I think that compressor motor is maybe getting tired, and probably from the way I've been running it like that. Okay, big test. The big test. So it's supposed to be 50 amps. I don't know. That's about 30 meters or so out to here and into the box, and then it splits from the box and then runs over to this wire. And this is a 10 gauge, I think this stuff was. What the heck was this stuff now? See if I can see it up there. 10 gauge. So this thing requires I'll find it eventually here. 3 horsepower. Volts 208 to 230. 1 phase, 3450 RPMs. It's not really. Amps at the bottom there. 16 to 15. So I guess if you run it in 208, you'll need 16 amps. If you run it in 230, you need 15 amps, if I'm reading that right. So we should be more than good here. So this compressor, I think, was about 5 minutes to go to full. And I think it shut off around 130, 140, which is a bit high, but gives you lots of air. So let's fire it up and see how this goes. It's going to be kind of loud, this thing. In 3, 2, 1. That worked pretty good. Now, one thing I want to see here. So that's just dumped all the air out of this line. So it's easier for it to start again. I want to watch these lights, and I want to watch, I think, this one to see if it dulls at all when I turn this on. A little bit, not bad though. Now, that one's LED over there. The other one was, of course, the fluorescent. Let's see what that does. Yeah, just a little bit. That's not bad though. All right, that's great. So I got my saw here that I was cutting some wood with earlier, and I need to pull it off. So now we got some good air for that, so that's great. Oh, I'll be able to run my way out there too to clean off the, you know, that guy. I'm gonna probably need another piece of hose, but go. Now there's going to be a bit of crap in here too, I think. Yeah, there is. I'm going to do this, I need 2 hands because their zippers aren't the greatest from China. Sorry to put you on the side like that. So this is sawdust from a tree that we milled for the guy that gets the wood for his cement form. So that's my wood sawdust. That's pretty cool, eh? That'd be good for killing weeds, maybe. No, probably not, but anyways, it's a good thought. And this is the Evolution saw that Evolution sent me. The guys from Evolution sent me this to do a video review on. And if you type in BILLSTMAXX 5 on their website, you'll save 5% off of buying any equipment from their website. 5% is pretty good. Yeah, it's been a good little saw too. This one cuts steel too, which is kind of nice. This thing I'm gonna give a quick blow through the middle here. All right, I think that's pretty good. I don't really have anything else to blow off right now, but let's see how's she working. About 120 there now. Good, I think. Should shut off around 140. So it's going to be a minute. Go. Now let's run her down a bit here, and I'd like to hear it come back on. Putting the air back to the air. Is that called polluting? I don't think so, but Now that should come on soon. We're at about 120 now. I just want to see how it restarts. Should be fine, but it should be good. 115 now. I'm not sure what I got that thing set to. I can't remember. I haven't really used it for a while. About 105. Ooh, actually blew the door open with so much wind. No, I don't think so, but now we're down to 100. Oh, look at this stuck in there. Yeah, about 100 to come back on there, so that's not bad. All right. Let her build back up. Quite to 140. That's why I don't know if that gauge isn't quite reading right. But pro tip for you. I'm gonna shut that off for this reason. If you hear it, can you hear it here? Hear that noise down there? There's a little wee drain valve on the bottom. Just open it a little bit. It'll leak the air out. Yep, that's fine. And it'll also leak all the water and moisture out that this thing compresses and throws in your tank and rots your tank out. If you guys remember seeing that tank we had here, that was one that my stepdad had, and he boy, he's had that thing for forever. Let me tell you, he has had that thing forever, a long time. And actually that's the compressor pump sitting there, and the motor was sitting down just there too, so I kept that because it's a pretty good compressor pump on that. I might even just put it on this one if it'll fit someday. No, he had that compressor, and boy, we bought that at TSC in Alliston when it was in the old location. No, wait a minute. Sorry, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. We bought that Princess Auto in its old location in Mississauga, and that was like a long time ago. Like that's probably mid-90s. Somewhere I want to say in there that he bought that compressor. That was that tank that was sitting here. It's gone now. We took her to scrap. But anyways, he very rarely drained his tank out that I remember anyways. And he said to me, he's like, oh, I'm getting a lot of moisture and stuff in the line. I'm like, well, did you drain your tank out? So he's like, oh, no, I haven't done that for a while. So he drained his tank out, and he got like, I don't know how many gallon out, lots of water. But then it wasn't long after that a hole rusted through from the water laying in there, probably from likely letting the water out. And then it, had dry air on it. It actually rotted a hole through it, and it finally punctured right through, so then that tank was junk. So pro tip, leave your thing open just a hair little bit, just so you can hear it sizzling like that, and all your water and crap and moisture will come out too. It's probably like brand new darn near inside of that tank. Might be a little surface rust, but I don't know if they really paint the inside of the tanks too much. Probably not, because they don't want it potentially flaking off and getting into your airline and blocking things up, right? So it's probably just bare steel in there, so not good. Now you could, I don't know if it's a good idea to somehow get some kind of oil in there. I don't know if you could somehow, just to coat the inside of the tank, but wouldn't be a bad idea. But it's hard to get oil in there, right? So usually oil's done kind of in the line after, and then it's kind of run through your tools kind of thing. I don't oil or anything. I don't even have a dryer here for the line. I should probably get one and put one in if I'm going to do a lot of stuff. With that, you need dry air like sandblasting or stuff. We can do sandblasting up here now. Sweet. That's good, because we got that little rear end we got to start working on, which I might maybe start on a second video here for you. But anyways, good test here for that. It looks like besides this little guy, I think it was all right, but I think maybe the motor's getting a little shot on this guy too, and it's not performing quite as well as it should. But Iron Man gave me that. Good old Iron Man. Poor Iron Man, rest in peace, my friend. He gave me that came in for scrap. I guess he got a lot of good stuff there from people wanting to you know, clean Dad's garage out after they died, kind of thing. And so he got a lot of tools and a lot of good stuff from things like that. Unfortunately, that's was part of his job. So, but he said to me, "Do you need a little air compressor?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. You know, maybe for the shed." So I've had that here for quite a while. I think it got thrown off a truck though, and it busted off. You can see this is a little bit dented here, the hose, and I think he said the wheels got busted off at the original one, so he put another set of Lawnmower wheels on. It's a little bit high and it kind of sits back a bit now, which maybe isn't good for it, but I mean, it still works. But now we don't need it. We got this big fella running, so sweet. That's great. I'm happy with that. So anyways, just wanted to run that for you. So now if there's a major problem, holy crap, something's going on, I can just come over here and oh, bam, everything's off from there in. So everything's off, so that's good. Well, damn, I kind of wish it had more of a bigger handle. You could, wham, I guess you could bolt something there to there and slam it down, right? But no, that should be good. I'm pretty happy with that. Oh yeah, that's the pulley off of that feller too for his old air compressor. And that's the motor for it there. It's, I think, 7.5 or something, but this one is fine. It runs, I think, faster than this motor too. I don't remember what RPM this one is, but so this one is 230 volts, 21 amps, pretty high. 21 amps, man, that would eat up a lot out here. One phase, 3,450 RPM. What is a high one? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'll change it, but I mean, I got this one all set up unless the motor burns out or something. But his pump might be all right in there. I can't 100% remember what it put up, and I can't remember 100% what this one puts up. I think this one's maybe around 15 CFM, and his might be around 23 or 4. So I mean, I think until something gives up, I'll keep going with what we got here. Should be good. But anyways, so this rear end is another project. Gotta get it working on here soon. Now that I got the wiring all done in here, that's good. This John Deere lawnmower that you may be seeing a few times in our video here needs something done with it. It doesn't really run. That'll be another video someday. It doesn't really have a whole pile of compression. I think that's probably the problem, and I don't know if it needs rings or if it needs valves done in it, but I mean, overall it's in pretty darn good shape, so we're gonna have a look at that at some point. Might not be till winter time. We have sort of had it running, but not great. Didn't have a whole lot of power, but it didn't smoke. So we're gonna probably pull the engine off it anyways and see kind of what's going on inside. I did get a set of rings for it. Hopefully they're the right ones. I actually got them right from John Deere for the model this thing was, and they actually had some. I'm like, wow, really? He's like, oh yeah, we got some. Or well, we can get some in. I'm like, okay. So he got me a set of rings. And somewhere I threw them on my bench amidst all these other projects going on here. All the wiring and stuff, there they are. So there's a set of rings in here. But it might just need valve clearance things. And this is the weirdest oil control ring I've ever seen. The little scraper thing, or spring things on the inside. Okay. And then of course there's 2 compression rings, so yeah. But we might even pull the piston and rod out of that and take a ring off and measure it in the bore and see if it needs anything. If it needs those or not. Shouldn't be a whole lot of gap in those, and like I say, it didn't, the time we did have it running, it didn't smoke blue at all, so I'm like, could be just a valve issue. But this is actually a fairly nice mower. It's got a really good handle on it with like a support thing even, you know, for the handle, and it's, you know, Briggs and scrap iron. It's not a bad engine, but they're better now than I think they used to be. But yeah, so might be good. It had a bagger at one time, and I don't know, the guy that dropped it off didn't have it, so because it'll just mulch, I guess. So winter project probably though, and we'll go with that. So anyways, I guess that's it. Nothing burnt down. I do smell smoke. No, I know. Just kidding. just teasing it. Should go see if there's any smoke billowing out of the house here, though. I highly doubt it, but because that thing's not pulling that many amps. The lights might be using a quarter of an amp at the most. Yeah, there's nothing smoking, so we're good. We're good. But good idea to put that panel on before you turn anything on, because if something sparks or whatever, comes flying out and then lands on something, you don't realize it could start a fire. So yeah. Anyways, we got to do a major clean in this place too. Oh my goodness. Anyways, we got to put our propane back, which I should probably get outside, but so far it's been fine in here. It's of course for a heater, and it's about $1 a pound for these to get refilled, so it's about $100 bucks for this to have it filled. It goes a couple of years. Now if I had the heat on in here all the time, it probably would use a lot more. I'll have to put that on when you want to use it. But every year I gotta inspect this exhaust line here, because I get those little turds up there that lay those little nests in my pipe, little mud dauber wasp thingies, whatever the heck they are. So I gotta take it apart and check it anyways, just to make sure it's all good. But sweet. All right, we got juice. We got juice. So yeah, I did take a bunch of scrap in. Mentioned that a little bit earlier here. We took all our old brake parts in, and some of the parts that come off the John Deere 110 that we replaced. We took in that big tank. We took in some of the other metal junk that was here. It's all gone now. It's got this wood crap to deal with. And that I kept for a door holder opener. And yeah, it's got a bit of junk back here, but some of it I couldn't take to scrap, right? So it'll just have to go to, oh, I should have taken that stupid tiller. Oh, not going to use that now. I've got a better tiller, as you guys know. But I do want to expand my garage sheddy thing out here. Now what my thought was to go the same parallel there, but back to where that tree is. Move this container over next to this one. So I've got about a container width. So that container will, well, let's just see here. Neighbor gave me this door. I don't think I really need it, but containers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as I fall over. 7.5 foot steps. So if we can butt these right tight together here, we'll be so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, that's not going to give me a whole lot. That's not going to make too much of a difference. Although it will, I guess. It'll give me, because I'm thinking this is going to be over here. That's where that's going to end. So I'm going to have another, roughly here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, we'll say 12 feet out. Yeah, that'd be good. Now this pole's going to probably be in the way. Of course, gigantic nice pole we threw in there for the light. So that'll give me, yeah. So that's 12. Let's see here. This is going to be bigger than I'm thinking, maybe. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 roughly. So 22 foot by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 is going to be right tight to that tree. I don't want to pull that one out. I can lose that one, but I think she'll shoot me if I lose that one. Man, that thing got big. I planted those. They were like the size of that guy. So that's good. So 22 by 21. That'll go over a course. So this will be all shop room. Oh man, I'm gonna have a lot of work to do here, aren't I? Because I got to get this all dug out. This stump's got to come out. This is her old swing set from when she was a kid. It's probably rotten. I'm sure it can come out. These will have to get all trimmed back because I'm gonna probably well, I'd like to join these two, but I might have to try to match this roof line and then match that roof line. I don't know if that's gonna work, but it'd be nice to have like a little breezeway into this shop here, or we'll have to do separate ones, I guess. We'll have to think about that when we get to that, but that's a gigantic, huge undertaking that I have very, 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 very little experience with. I can cut wood for it, but putting it together, I don't know about that. I'm not too sure about that one. But yeah, so as you see, the two ends sitting out there, had to kick him out. Put the 8 AR in here, in this one. And the AR come up from my other garage down there to make room to keep the new zero turn mower in there. So the old 2N. I don't think I even have a battery in it. No, I don't. I took it out, I think, but it'd be nice to get this under some kind of cover or something. Yeah, but I guess my main thing is I got to get this container kind of emptied here and see if I can move it with the backhoe. I don't know how well that's going to go. I won't be able to lift the whole thing, but my thinking is if I can hook a chain into the pocket here. So hook a chain there and come up here, down there. If I can get it up and then shimmy it over one side, do the same on the other side, up and then over, I might be able to get it moved over. Because these things, it tells you how much it weighs actually. I forget which one it is. I think it's this one here, the 4890. So that's how much the whole thing weighs, is 4,890 pounds. So it's pretty heavy. Plus it's wet too underneath, right? Where this one is 4,850. So they're pretty darn close. But that'll be a big job. A big job. Trying to move that, I think. I don't know how well that'll work. I know the loader will probably pick it up, but then I got to try to drive with it, right? So I don't know. I like to do it with the backhoe and sit over here and then try to pick it up and then, you know, maybe come over and then drop it and go to the other side and do the same. I don't know if it's going to do that or not. We'll see someday soon. But yeah, that'll be a nice shop. 21 by 22. Wow. And that'll give me, if I wanted a good sized door and a nice little extra work area over there, so you can pull something right in and work on it and have a bench. Probably gonna do a bench the whole length of the wall. That'd be awesome. Man, we got a lot of work to do to be that far though. If I can get even this summer this cleared out, dug out and graveled in, and what I'm going to use is actually some cedars. I've got some picked out of this bush here that I'm going to have to drag out and get them square canted. That's what this is sitting on, is basically 6x6 is this whole building. You can kind of see it there on the very bottom. 6x6s. I'll probably do something bigger, like an 8x8 if I can. Give it a little more beef, but the cedar is really good because you can put that right in ground. And oh, you guys stop that. You can put it right in ground and it doesn't rot for a long time. It will eventually, but cedar here is amazing. This stuff, it's just fantastic. Like, look at this one, still got his bark on it. How long's that been there? Like 3-4 years, maybe 3 years or something like that. I don't remember now. It's starting to lose a bit of bark, but holy smokes, it's been there a long time. But anyways, we got a bunch of work to do if we want to do that. So I'd have to dig this down about the same level here all the way out. Maybe get my laser out and see how well I'm doing. And I think probably for this side, so this could probably have a beam. I'm totally pre-planning stuff here. We'll probably put a beam this way and then up that side around the back, and then Where this side's going to start, I'll probably put another beam and then run the joists this way like I did on this one. I think I did them like every 12 inch, so it had lots of support. So there's joists hanging, and they go this way right across, and they attach to those with these joist hanger things. I think I've got some in here, don't I? Yeah, they're attaching with these joist hangers, and I'm going to hopefully cut all this wood myself too, right? So it's going to be a lot more work. That's leftover stuff from when I built the deck. So we'll use this so as a 6x6, so they're hanging off there, you know, joist hanging. That's what's all under this floor here. So it's lots of support, lots of strength. I don't feel any sag anywhere. It's really good. But under this, I dug down about another 8 inches a foot and put in a whole bunch of this real thick gravel. That's this stuff, the big chunky stuff, so the water wouldn't even sit in there. And what did I put in the very bottom? I think it was just maybe some normal gravel that I kind of hammered in, but it's sitting pretty good. That's been quite a few years ago, right? So, but yeah, so I think I'd run a beam right up here, and then to make this side stronger, I might run beams across, like beams, not joist hangers. Like this is what I consider like a joist hanger, is like a piece like that, right? So that's your joist. Your floor would sit here. There'd be another one like here. So your floor would sit on these. I'm going to do like 6x6 beams or something. Depends on what kind of wood I can get. So when I pull in a tractor or something like that, it's not going to have any problems. And then we can put floor on it, which I'm not going to use probably plywood because it's so bloody expensive. I'll just cut some stuff like that, like 1.5 inch or even full 2 inch, overkill it, and run that down as my floor. And then start the walls. And then start the rafters, and then I don't know what I'm going to put on the, you know, across the roof kind of thing. Probably cut some more, like it's not maybe as thick as the floorboardy stuff, but then put that on there and then tar paper it and then shingle it. I think we'll be good. That'd be a good shop. Yeah, that'd be a good size. What were we thinking to now? Look at our line. Uh-oh. It's right here somewhere. It was 7.5, wasn't it? Oh, it's up here more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5. Oh yeah, right here. So that'll be our exterior wall, and that'll be our shop, and then the 21 feet back, and then this will come out to probably about here. Might have a nice garage door on the front, maybe, if I can get that installed nicely. Or 2 big giant open doors, I don't know. Garage doors are nice, but they're sometimes a pain in the rear end. Especially if it doesn't potentially sit super flat and level. Like sometimes this door, the lock thing screws up here. Like it's weird. It's usually in the winter time it's doing it, but now it's like not lining up for some reason. Because it's just sitting on the dirt probably. But anyways. So, big project. Oh boy, that's gonna be a nice shop. Now, I could go bigger. Put this container over there, where the rear end is. I don't think I need to go bigger though. That's darn near 2 tractors wide there. And then your work area. So I think that'd be good. This might be just turned into storage. Or, you know, off-season stuff. And then this will be our main workshop. But I'll tell you what, we got a lot of work to do to get that far. So I'll try to get working at it here anyways. And I guess first things first, we got to get things kind of cleaned up and cleared out of here. That tree's got to come out. We got to rip that stump out and get her old swing set down while she's not here, so she doesn't see that happening. I don't think she's going to care about that. But we did scrap the kid's old swing set over there. I don't know if you can see through there. It's gone. Scrapped it. Should have saved some of that pipe. It's actually pretty good still. But see, we got a little Manitoba maple started on the edge of the wall here too. You're gonna have to disappear, bud. I just can't go that way more because I don't know exactly how far the septic is. I'm pretty sure the septic's kind of right through that grassed area there, so I can come up here, I think it's fine, and then over. But if I go that way, I'll be into the pipes and crap. So, but anyways, there we go. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed some dream piping here. Pipe dreaming. But yeah, I think I'm gonna bring this out to about here somewhere. once I get things moved here, I'm going to get some stakes out and get things officialed, we'll say. But I got to get this guy kind of moved out of the way first. But yeah, anyways. Well, we got power on, that's good. Happy with that. Should probably put this saw in. I want to leave that out. Oh, and the exterior. I don't know what I'm going to put on the exterior. This stuff's kind of nice, but it's a pain in the ass. It honestly is. It's a lot of labor to install it, and I can't 100% say I actually had much fun putting that stuff on there. I might just cut some thin boards, or maybe board and batten on the side of the new shop here. That's a little more of a pain in the rear end too, because that stuff does go bad unless you treat it every year, but kind of like our neighbor's place here. But anyways, probably by the time it needs replaced, I'll be long gone anywho, so it doesn't really matter. But there we go. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that. A lot of pipe dreaming, I know, right now, but so was this building. And it come up pretty good. So this one cost a lot of money when I put this one up for what it is, because I bought all the wood. Now I bought a sawmill, but I bought all this wood and all the plywood and everything, right? So it cost quite a bit of money back then. I can't remember now how much, but now it would be like 3 times that amount, especially for the plywood. That's ridiculous. That was 3/4 inch plywood too, right? So I can cut planks like crazy, you know, off this thing. Once you get her down to a square cant, you can cut, and awesome. But it's definitely going to be a lot more work when I got to drag in all these trees wherever I can get them. And I hear ya. My goodness, when I got to drag in all these trees and get them cut, you know. So, and then the wood from the store is real nice too, because it's all dried and ready to go, right? Well, this is going to go up green. It's going to have to, and potentially might shrink or twist a bit, but once you get her slammed in, hopefully it's all right and doesn't do that. But I don't know, we'll see what happens. But anyways, there we go. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Sorry for all the long babbling. This was just supposed to be firing up all the stuff in there, but you know what happens. So you guys have a good one. Thanks again for watching. We'll catch you all later, and you guys have a good day.